Oh, shoot. Hello, everybody. Get myself together here. Hi, Allison. Hi, Lucy and Molly. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Colin and Lizzie. Hi, Rylan. Nolan. Mia and Wes. Hi, Max. Hi, Emily and Max. Hi, Matty. I'll wait a couple more minutes today since we're starting an odd time. Hi, Adriana. Hi, Ella and Anna. Hi, Nicholas and Sonia. Looks like I'll send another reminder out. Hi, Connor. Looks like I'm going to do this on Friday at 11 as well, because I have another staff meeting on Friday at 9. Hi, London. Hi, Alexis. Good morning, cousin Lily. Hi, Clara and Allie. Hi, Hope. Hi, Manny. Hi, Tressa. So as you know, today we are starting farm week. So we'll be starting our farm. Now I know that a lot of my Lisbon kids either live on a farm or have grandparents who have a farm or best friends or cousins or know somebody that lives on a farm. And I am not a farm expert. So if anybody has any information that they'd like to share, if I ask something or if I say something incorrectly, please correct me so I can make sure I say it correct. Like I said, I did my research, but I don't have the experience with a farm that I have had with previous animals. So we're going to start today in just a couple of minutes, but we're going to start by, hi Gabby and Charlie, by setting up our environment just like we've done in the past. And we're going to do it very basic. And then at the end, I'll show you how I've set mine up. So if you want to add some of the things that I added, you can. And in fact, after we are no longer live, you can go back to the replay and pause it if you want to take a look at what I've done and sort of add things that I've added. You don't have to, just, if you'd like to do that or if you want to come up with your own. I just want to make sure you have enough space in your farm for all of our animals. Because I think I've laid out a total of 15 animals. We want to make sure we have space for all of them in our picture. Okay? So just like we've done every time, you just need a piece of paper and a pencil. And of course, I'm using a drawing pen so that you can actually see it. So I'm going to actually stop my music. Maybe I'm going to have to find some farm music to listen to when we get started in the morning, because the sort of the rainforest and water songs that I have don't really go. Okay, so we're going to start by, like I said, setting up farm environment, and we're going to need space for 15 animals, so we need plenty of space for them. And one of our animals is going to need some water, so we need to make sure we add that. We're also going to add a barn, so you need to have a place for that as well. And like I said, I'm going to show you where I set these things up at the very end. but it's up to you how you want to draw it. So we're just going to set up the basics. I'm going to show you how to draw the barn and the animals, and then you'll add those into your final wherever you want to. Okay, thank you. I like it too. Flamingo shirt. Realized I could have worn this when I did the flamingo. I have 2 flamingo shirts. Okay, so I'm going to show my paper. And if you remember when we did the aquarium, push this back. We divided the page. I think we did thirds, so we could make sure we did that top and bottom of the pool. So we're going to do something very similar. So on the left side of your page, make 2 little marks that are approximately a third of the way up. I'm just going to write that. Don't write 1/3 there. This is just so you can see. So the left side of the page, you're going to do 1/3. And then going back down, on the opposite side, to the right side, you're going to find about the halfway mark. And again, you don't have to write these fractions. And then you're going to divide these 2 sections. So what would the math be on that? Anybody want to chime in? It's the quarter mark. Okay. Let's look at all this math we're doing on a Monday morning. Put it like this, you can see. So one side is divided into thirds. The other side is divided in half, and then the fourths. Now what we're going to do in order to make lots of room for all of our animals on our farm is we're sort of going to make some hills. So we have different depths of where our animals are sitting. So they're not all just in the same big field. So we're going to make it look like there's several fields that are in the farm and then our barn off in the distance. So we don't want the barn to take up too much room unless you want to put some animals right outside the barn. So maybe you want to move it to a different section. All right, so we're going to start making some lines. Now, remember, you're doing this with pencil, so if it doesn't quite get where you want it, just erase and start again. So I'm going to go nice and slow for this so you can see. I'm going to start at my 1/3 line over here. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to draw it yet, I'm going to just say it. I'm going to make a line that kind of swoops down, not quite to the corner, just before that edge. This is going to be hill number 1. So it looks like that. Then we're going to start, the next hill is going to start at the halfway mark over here. And it's going to come all the way almost to that 1/3 mark. So I'm going to show you what that means. So we went from the half mark almost to that 1/3 mark. Then we're going to start at the 1/3 over here. We're not going to quite go all the way to the edge. We're going to cut off about 2/3 of the way over or so. And then the last, well, the 2 marks we haven't done, the quarter mark. So we have a quarter mark over here. We're going to go into this hill here. And then the last thing we're going to do is this quarter mark here that we haven't touched. And it's just going to make a small hill over here. So I'm going to hold this up. I know I just did a lot. And again, it doesn't have to be exactly like this, but this just makes sure you have some different planes for putting animals. Today we are going to do 3 animals. So I think I'm going to try to do 3 every day, unless I feel like some days the animals are a little easier than others and I feel like we can fit a 4th one in. So now you have plenty of room. Oh, the one thing I forgot to add, what did I say? Remember what I said? One animal's going to need something. Who remembers what I said? I said one animal is going to need some water. So we're going to put a little pond at the very bottom. Like that. And I made mine a little bit ripply because I'm planning on putting some grasses around it. You can make yours more smoother if you want, more smooth or smoother. Yes, good job. Look at all these people listening to what I had said. So that's going to be just a little pond. If you want to make yours round or more of a smooth edge, that's fine. I just made mine a little bumpy, like it was kind of curved into the side. Okay. So like I said, we're going to start with a barn, and you're going to see, we're going to be doing our practice paper. Then you add to your final. But you're going to see on my final that I put my barn right up here in this corner, on this plane up here. So it's sort of way in the distance. So my animals are in the front. You know what? I'm not even sure where Hank is right now. Oh, he's doing his usual eating his ears. That's what he likes to do. It's pretty gross. All right, so we are going to start with the barn. And I'm doing a very simple barn. And again, all of you that have farms are very familiar with farms. If you want to create your own style of barn, that's up to you. But I'm going to do a very simple one to keep it simple for everybody. Okay, so we're going to start by making a wide upside down V. Or you could call it the top of an arrow. It does look like a roof. And then we're going to make 2 lines down that are not quite vertical. Now, vertical lines go up and down. This isn't going to be quite vertical. It's not going to be as angled as these two, sort of in between. Then we're going to make 2 vertical lines down for the side. And then now we have our basic barn shape. And then we're just going to make the white trim for our barn, we're just going to kind of trace on the inside of all of those lines. So this part will be the white trim of a barn. Now we're going to make the doors. And what barn doors are really known for are those big X's. And then I think somebody called this the hayloft. Like that. Very simple barn. Now I said I don't I live in Ellicott City, not on a farm, but my dad grew up on a farm in Louisiana, and they had cows. They had a dairy farm. So I grew up going there every spring break, and we would spend lots of time on the farm, seeing all the cows. So I have a little bit of experience there. And then my great grandmother had a farm in near Richmond, Virginia, and the farm is still there. Um, and that was also a dairy farm. And we spent lots of time playing in barns in the hay. That was always so much fun. So I do have great memories of a farm. I just don't have much experience as some people that are online right now do. So there's our barn. All right. Now, does anybody remember? Oh, hold on. I think I hear Hank. Hank, here. Hanky. Hank, come here. Oh, let's see. Ziggy came. Oh, Ziggy, you're this. All right, I can't get him right now. He's being too crazy with Ziggy. Ziggy's head is all wet. Right? Like, I'll get him soon. So does anybody remember what I said my favorite animal was? But especially when I was younger. Give you a chance to guess. Well, the answer is a pig. So we are going to start with a pig. And we're going to start by making, start with 2 ovals. We're going to start with the head oval and the body oval that is a little bit more circular. And then we're going to add his face. The nose is another oval with 2 ovals inside. That's the most important part, the most distinctive feature of a pig. And then we're going to add the eyes. And ears. And I like to give this pig a little half smile. And then we're going to add his feet. And this is something, again, that you can erase lines. You're going to add 1 leg here, 1 leg here. These are his front legs. And my 2 X's that I said you can erase those lines. Okay, I'll slow down. Sorry. And then we need to add the back legs, which you won't erase the lines from there. So they'd be set a little bit back. And I like to make mine like he was taking a step. Or maybe he's saying hi. And then the other distinctive feature of a pig in drawing. Now, I don't know if it's true in real life. Since I've seen a little piglet. But we know that in drawing, and in stuffed animals generally too, they have curly tails. So the easiest way to do a curly tail is to go ahead and make the curl once, and then you go back over it. And then you erase those lines in between. You could make it have more curls than that if you want to. And that's our pig. And of course, when you're coloring your pig, it does not have to be pink, as they generally are in cartoons. A lot of pigs, some are pink, but some are black and white, some are all black, some are all white, some are brown. Or you can make it interesting and purple or red or rainbow, polka dot, whatever you want to do. I just realized I didn't give it my facts about pigs. So let me reverse that. I'm all thrown off because we're on date. So let me just give my pig info because I need to make sure you're learning all of your facts that you're drawing. Okay. So we just drew the domestic pig, and its closest ancestor is the wild boar. And their wild boars, and now domestic pigs as well, are native to Europe, Asia, and Africa. And their babies are called piglets. And sometimes I call Hank Puglet because I think that's cute. And they're among the most populous large mammals in the world. And there's about 1 billion domestic pigs worldwide. So there's tons of pigs. They're omnivores, meaning they eat plants and animals. And they eat a wide range of food, from roots to leaves to fruit to fish to corn to soybeans. And if anybody out there has pigs, maybe you could chime in on what you feed them on your farm. I'd love to know. And they have that snout, that distinctive snout, so they can dig in the ground for food. So that would be more, I don't really dig on a farm, but they generally have that trough they put the food in, I'm guessing. I mean, have not seen it in real life. I've seen it in cartoons and Charlotte's Web, of course. And they have the trough, they put the food in, and they just sort of eat it all out of there. They don't have to really dig for it. But that's what their snouts are meant for, to dig in the soil. And they have 44 teeth. I thought that was interesting. You don't really think of pigs as having a lot of teeth. 44 teeth, and their back teeth are used for crushing things like roots and harder things that they would find in the wild. All right, I'm not seeing any info on what people maybe put on. Oh, feed them grain. I like that. Feed them grain. Thank you. Okay, so now we already drew the pig. So now we're back on track, and we're going to be talking about our next one, which is why we need water feature. We're going to be doing a duck. And I just did a basic information, just a basic duck. And it's part of the waterfowl family. That's also what swans and geese are a part of. And they're mostly aquatic birds, meaning they spend a lot of time in the water. But of course, they breathe air. They don't breathe underwater. And they're found in fresh and seawater. So, we are on our pond, we eat fresh water. But you probably see ducks at the beach, hanging out in the ocean, or seagull pals. They eat grasses and aquatic plants, fish, insects, and worms. So they eat a lot of stuff that's found around water. They also are known for quacking, but not all ducks quack. And the females are the ones who usually make the actual quacking sound. And males tend to make like a breeze sound. I don't really know what that means, but that's what the research said, a breeze sound. So I guess maybe it's a little lower than more of a high-pitched quack. And then ducks are farmed for eggs and their feathers and for meat. And of course, we also know they are hunted. And I think out in the western Howard County area, I know that there's hunting around there. So I know people hunt for ducks. Maybe they have family that are duck hunters. I used to play Duck Hunt on Nintendo. Many parents out there ever played that. That was really fun. So now we're going to draw the duck. All right, we're going to start with two ovals. We're going to start with the body oval and the head oval. And the further they are apart, the longer the neck will be. So depending on how long you want your duck's neck, you're going to make an oval that's sort of tilted and an oval for the body. And I said the further apart they are, that's how long the neck will be. And the bigger this bottom one is the fatter, I guess, your duck would be. And because I asked you to make him, or make the water feature, I would suggest drawing him floating on the water. So Maverick, is that you saying that you still have duck hunt? We do not. I think actually we may have had it, or we tried to get it, but I don't remember. Nothing. Then you're going to make a line head, two lines, sorry, from the head oval down to your body. I may have made mine a little long, sort of looks like a swan. That's okay. I think I played duck hunt with your mom, the Lochte family. I'm sure I did. Okay, so now we're going to add a beak. The beak is going to come off the head like this. And we're going to add a tail feather. And you can also erase some of this line here. Then you're going to extend that back line of your neck down into the body. And make this line where it would cut off a double line back. I'm going to hold that there for a minute. I'm going kind of fast. Let's go ahead and give him an eye. And then we're going to give him a wing. Then, of course, he'd be sort of sitting in the water. You just draw that water around him. You can hear Hank in the background. And there's our duck. He'd look better if he didn't have those lines on him on his head. It's a little disconnected right now. Hank, come here. Nope. He only wants to play with Ziggy right now. It's nothing to do with me. Baby. I had him and he ran. Okay. So that was our duck. And try to get him if he comes down. All right, let me hold that back up. Somebody's asked me to slow down. Yeah, Hank doesn't want to participate today for some reason. All right. So our last one is the cow. I know my farming friends out there have cows. So maybe while I'm starting this, you can tell me what you feed your cows and I can say it out loud. So the name cow actually refers to a female, and males are bulls. And together, if you're talking about a group, you would say cattle. So I'm probably going to keep saying cow, but you know what I mean. I mean either a male or female or a group, but a cow. And they're commonly raised as livestock, for beef or for milk. And like I said, my dad grew up on a dairy farm, and my mom's grandmother had a dairy farm. So those are the cows that I have been around in my lifetime. 10,000 years ago, cows were domesticated. So they started using them at their own farms for like the things I said, like or milk. And smaller cows are about 600 to 1,000 pounds, and large breeds are 1,400 to 2,500 pounds. So they are very large animals. And the world record bull size was 3,840 pounds. So that's huge. They also lay down to sleep. A lot of times I talk about cows standing to sleep, but they actually do lay down, but they only sleep an average of 4 hours a day. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And if you remember, I related one of our animals, the manatee? It's the manatee, to a cow. That they are very slow-moving plant eater. They're peaceful. They have a well-developed sense of taste, so they really choose what they want to eat by their bitterness or their sourness or their sweetness. And they have 20,000 taste buds. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So I'm looking for people to say anything about their cows, if they just let them eat the grass in the fields or if they feed them anything extra. Interesting. My friend Catherine is getting some cows this week at her farm. Pretty cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and draw the cow. All right. So we're going to start with a rounded rectangle. I'm not going to call it an oval. A rounded rectangle and then an oval. So the rounded rectangle is going to be its head. Actually, I don't like that. That's a little too long. That's better. And then we're going to make an oval, and that's going to be its body. Now we're going to add a little upside, or a little rainbow, I should say, here. Now we're going to add the ears. The ears sometimes go off to the side, so that's how we're going to draw them. Now we're going to add some horns. I'm going to erase these lines in here. Hay and grass. Okay, good. People around here feed their cows hay and grass. Now we're going to add the eyes. The eyes are sort of set far apart. And then we're going to add 2 nostrils. We're going to add the legs, kind of like we did with the pig, 2 front legs and 2 back legs. So the front legs, then you can erase these lines here. And then the 2 back legs. And they have a tail that goes off the back, obviously, but it's long and it sort of has that paintbrush look to it because they use it to swat away the flies that hang around them in the pasture. And we're going to add udders. If you want to have and then the one big thing we need with the cow is spots. Of course, not all cows have spots. If you want to have your cow to have spots, you can add them. Now you have your cow. I want to add something to mine real quick. Okay. On my screen. Okay. Now I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold up my final, so you can see how I place everything. I'm going to talk about it for a second. So hold on. I'm going to add something. Forgot. One more thing. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here's my final. You can see I added a sun in that top part with some sort of sun rays, I guess you could call them. And then I added a fence along one of them, one of the hills. And I'm going to add some grass, like tufts of grass around my animals, but I'm going to probably do that at the very end, just in case I want to add another pig here or one of the other animals area here. And I'm not going to add the water here until the very end either. There might be an animal coming that I want to put on this rock here. So I've left space for all kinds of stuff here. But you can see I colored in my barn and my animals. And then I added a little sign. So it says Papa's Farm because that's my grandfather's farm in Louisiana. He didn't have pigs, he had cows, and I know there was a pond. I'm sure there were ducks on the pond. So again, if you want to add some things like I did with the fence and the sun, you can pause this during the replay, or you can make your own farm however you want. I just want to leave that there. And again, don't color in the grass until we've made all of our animals, so you have plenty of room. Yeah, you could make a mud puddle for the pig. I love that idea because they do know they love to roll around and to cool off. All right, everyone. I want you to have an amazing day. I know that your teachers are working hard to figure out some lessons and how you're going to get online instruction over the next few weeks. So I know that they're all thinking about you, and I'm thinking about you, and I hope I can see you and teach you something soon as far as Howard County goes. But I will be here every day with this. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, we should be just fine to 10 o'clock. And on Friday, I have another staff meeting. It'll be at 11 again, but I'll send out that schedule. It's also a beautiful day here in Maryland, so make sure you get out and get some fresh air and exercise and hang out with your family and make it an amazing day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, I didn't get Hank today. You're right. Hank. Let me see if I can get him. You want to hang around? Hold on. I got him. I snagged him from whatever he was getting into. He's been kind of naughty today. Peggy, can you look right here? No? All right. Have a wonderful day. Hank says bye. He's over there, but he doesn't want to look at the camera. All right.